that I need to fix when you need to fix your fucking self. Bitch, do you hear yourself?
Nobody has more drama than you, Issa. Okay, you need to figure out your shit and stop using people. You use Nathan, Andrew, me, who else?
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book, you know what time it is. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for the notification of the upload, baby. For those of you who are not new to the channel, you ain't got the minerals. You ain't got the minerals. Alright, cool. We're talking about Insecure Season 4, Episode 5. Yes, I'm a little bit late, guys. Sorry, I've been in war, dealing with certain things. Yeah. It's mad.
Honestly, with Molly anymore.
Obviously, we've got onto the part where now Molly and Issa's relationship is at the maximum strain. Okay, first opening scene we get with Issa talking to old boy, and you know what? It's funny because this is probably not the person she'd have been opening up to about her situation, right? Obviously, this is a guy that she's kind of seen or whatever, or spoken to in the past, or whatever. I don't really know too tough about the history, but all I know is that that wasn't the person she should have been opening her mouth to about Molly. Reason why I'm saying that, because it's Molly you should be talking to. Molly's your issue, right? Or at least somebody who's closer to the both of you to actually get a better perspective of your relationship in terms of how best to progress forward, right? You know, so I knew that she was itching, you know, when she said obviously she don't F with Molly no more. And like, friendships get to a point sometimes where you're so stressed about an issue or something hasn't gone the way that you expected it to go, right? You have your idea of what you expect from your friend. When your friend doesn't live up to that standard, you can become very quickly enemies, right? Because a friend is meant to love you like no other. There's meant to be no judgment. The friend is a friend to you is able to tell you the truth and also be able to shield your heart at the same time. That's what a true friend does. So they can tell you the truth. Look, babe, you moving a bit. Fam, girl, you moving a bit hoish. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right now, you moving a bit mad. Yeah, the way you talk to people, I need you to stop. Like, you need to calm down. They can tell you that because they love you, and you know it's coming from a place of love. They can also, you know, ignorantly, you know, be on your side, knowing that you were potentially probably a bit wrong. Reason why? Because we're friends. And friends bear one another up, because love covers a multitude of sins. And so when you see obviously Molly saying she don't F with Molly no more, you know, their relationship has hit a strand. Now it's been coming. The many arguments that they've had, the little shady remarks from Molly has been chipping away slowly but surely. And I think one of the final things obviously that really kind of chipped away is the fact that Molly didn't help Issa out with this show. Like, your friend is drowning and needs help and wanted you to ask your boyfriend. Now, all you have to do was be honest from the jump. Say, listen, hey, look, actually, this may jeopardize my relationship from the jump. She should have agreed to it at first. But okay, she changed her mind. And we know later on, I'm just going to skip up, Issa actually goes behind her back, has a conversation with Andrew, and Andrew does it, right? Kind of showing that actually, maybe Molly wasn't really concerned about a relationship. She just didn't want to do it because she didn't want to do Issa a favour. Now, that's where your friendships get into very sticky, murky water.
What did you look out?
Oh, I connected him with Issa.
Okay, but you know we're not cool right now.
Yeah, but I didn't think that you'd be mad that I helped your best friend.
Yeah? Because a friend is, you know, the Bible talks about a time where it says, listen, a friend who is closer to you, right? In proximity is better than a brother that's far away, because a friend who's going to be close to you is going to be able to stick through the hard times, the good times, the bad times, the ugly times, the pretty times. And in this season where Issa was going through, she needed Molly to be on her side. I'm putting on a big ass show and you're telling me you can't support me and help me out. Now, the way that she asked, I'll be very honest, was wrong. And what Molly should have done is checked her and said, listen, the way you asked, I don't want to do it. Yeah, I was having a conversation with you, trying to tell you about myself and Andrew, and you should have been there for me. You weren't. Now, when she did that, you see, the problem with relationships, not just friendships, relationships romantic as well, is that people don't discuss and begin to open their mouth accordingly. What I mean by that is many people don't speak freely in terms of how they actually feel. They struggle to tell their true feelings, and what happens is you then feel like you're being cheated. Right? But actually, you haven't discussed how you felt. Now, Molly, at the end of the last episode, she told Issa, listen, the way you spoke to me whilst I was trying to tell you about my problems with Andrew really hurt me. You know, but she couldn't do that. And then what we do is what we call, we assume and then put expectations on someone else's shoulder, and then expect them to understand why we're pissed off. But how do I know? You never told me. At the same time, I also understand her point of view, and understand that obviously Issa didn't ask very well. Now, we're at a position where now she said, I don't F with Molly no more, right? Because she's hurt, right? And so, you know, she chose an outlet to vent her frustrations. You know, sometimes this is what happens, and this is where it can get very dangerous. You choose the wrong outlet, you've now released a secret you didn't need to release. You've released information into the atmosphere you didn't really need to release. This is why it's very important to choose wisely who you vent to. It can't just be anybody. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah?
And you know, when we won that Nuco case, that bitch did not come to my celebration dinner. I pre-ordered a seafood tower for 4.
And then obviously Molly's talking to Andrew in the bedroom, and I think it's very, very key, this scene where Molly makes it about, oh well, Issa didn't come to my birthday thing, da da da. And what she's doing now is giving herself excuses and grievances as to why she is allowed to feel the way she's feeling. You see, what we do as human beings is what we call a justification. I need to justify why I feel the way I feel. And I need to justify now the action I'm about to take. Now, we know the action we're about to take is ludicrous. We know the action we're about to take is not a good one. We know the action we're going to take is not a correct one, but we will still take it because we feel justified in the way that we feel. And we justify that by then giving ourselves an excuse of something that other person's done to get us to that place, right? And so what she does is she goes, well, she didn't turn up to my thingy party, da 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 da. And she wants the justification of why she feels angry and why she shouldn't go, but she doesn't have a very good reason, so she's still going.
Let's not go.
Of course we have to go.
What are we doing?
And you know, a part of that is also as well, you know, when we're hurt sometimes, what we do is we're trying to get the other person to reach out, right? We want the other person to reach out and you know, grab us and to say, listen, I'm sorry. And so what we're trying to do is sometimes we punish people in the hope that as we're punishing you, you get the message. But the funny thing about information is this. Information needs to be impactful and it needs to be communicated well. Now, when it's not communicated well, the impact is lessened. There will be an impact, but there may be a miscommunication of the impact you required to make, right? You want somebody to you want someone to come back to you and say to you, hey, actually, you know, I was hurt by what you done. But if you don't say that, but then you try to punish the person and silently place your expectations of what you want back from the person, there's always going to be war. Because the person has to get it right exactly what you're feeling. You understand? The person has to be bigger than their feelings. They have to do duty over emotions. And many of us can't do duty over emotions. So what happens is we have a fight. And that's what's going to happen with Molly and Issa, because your emotions now, when you're hitting me, I should really go above my emotions and say, hey, do you know what? I know how you're feeling. I know that, you know what? You just said that because you were hurt, right? And so let's have a conversation. Can't do that because someone's going to come in their emotions and say, are you dumb? Like, who are you talking to? Like, the pride will kick in. No, I'm not. That's not going to me. No. And that's what we're seeing now with both parties. Prideful because none of them want to go to duty above emotions.
Yeah, it is.
Putting something like this together takes a lot out of you. Maybe that's why things are off between you guys.
You know, Andrew tries to even foster and tries to even, I guess, speak into the relationship between Issa and Molly by saying, you know what, hard work sometimes can make people, cause distance between the two of them, right? And you know, it's funny because sometimes when you get into into a place where you're annoyed at somebody, you know, when you can't even enjoy their jokes. Yeah, and that's where Molly is with the situation with Issa. She can't even enjoy the jokes. She can't even enjoy the environment and enjoy the good time that she's having at this place because it's like we're still beefing, and because we're still beefing, I can't enjoy what you're doing. Yeah, it's just like that situation where you're in the playground. I can't laugh at the person's joke, even though it's funny, because I don't like you. You know, and it's again childlike behavior. But we all revert to these childlike behaviors because it's a good self-defense mechanism. A lot of us haven't matured in the way that we know, in the way to be able to communicate how we feel, what we're feeling, and then be able to express that. Look, this hurt me. I don't like this. When you do this, this happens. We haven't been versed in that. What we've been versed in is childlike tantrums. And so when someone like this now, you're sitting in a place where you're enjoying the party, etc., but you can't enjoy yourself to the point that even when her brother comes along, you seem a little bit nonchalant and a bit standoffish, because now what you're saying is my emotions have to trump my duty. Not only that, I'm going to behave like a child. And I'm not saying this is to cuss Molly or even to cuss Issa. This is what we do as human beings. This is why a lot of our fights happen. This is why kids fight.
I gotta go.
That's all good.
When did we get here?
The fact that, Molly did take the initiative to bring the wings to Issa. Now, here's the thing. Issa missed a great opportunity to mend the fence. And I understand why Molly would be hurt. I bring you wings, you take a wing, we catch a little joke, your manager comes along. All you've got to do is say, listen, look, I know you came over here, I know we were meant to talk. Can we schedule this for later on? Again, this is a mature attitude of understanding that, listen, I'm not gonna just let things fly on the unexpected, but I'm gonna be conscientious about my effort towards you in this relationship. That wasn't done. It's a simple. All she had to do, blood. All she had to do was say, listen, we're gonna arrange a time and we'll talk. Just like the last episode. So Issa here is really missing a trick, and what she's doing is she's also being part of the problem, right? She's becoming part of the problem by not acknowledging the effort that Molly's putting in this particular situation. You become part of the problem. And then we get, obviously, it's funny how things happen, like when you're bonded by an experience. This is why we call experiential intimacy, right? This is where we bond on experiences that we have in our life. We begin to bond. And what we're seeing from Issa and from Molly is that they bond over dancing, right? They were looking at each other, and you can't, and this is why it's so beautiful. Certain things like this, experiences where they are joint, where we're in the trenches together, when certain things happen to both of us and we experience something, why were we arguing again? Why were we stressed again? And for moments we see that. Molly and Issa release the tensions that they're feeling, and they enjoy the dance, right? They enjoy the dance. But then Molly then speaks to Andrew, and then someone comes up to Andrew saying, obviously, look, thanks for putting us on, da-da-da-da. And Andrew says, obviously, yeah, look, Issa asked me and she put me on. Now, Molly used this as an opportunity to vent her frustrations. She wasn't angry about it. Look, she was angry, but not angry enough to go. She just needed an excuse to pop off.
Friend, what's the issue?
She needed an excuse to go after Issa, right? And so all you saw was that, she went behind your back and told you, spoke to you. And Andrew's like, it's not a big deal. Come on, relax. You see, and now you realize it's not about the relationship that she has with Andrew. No, it's not about her, the fact that the relationship could suffer. No, it is all about how Molly feels and her entitlement. So she wants to be able to check Issa. Right? So she takes this as an excuse and fires off on one. And they get face to face. And her anger is not justifiable here, Molly. And then she begins to, she begins talking about boundaries with Andrew, and, saying that, and even Andrew was confused. Like, what's going on? That's your friend. That's your best friend. So why would I not help your best friend? Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's where it shows again, where Molly's selfishness is beginning to kick in a little bit. And I understand why she's feeling that way, but your behaviour, your duty must be above emotions. And then Issa was saying about, was talking to her about, she said, little ask, you couldn't even do me a little last favour. Look, when you say little last favour, it's going to create a storm, because Molly's already vexed, she's angry, and he said, you can't even do me this little last favour, it's going to trigger Molly.
Saw me at We Got Y'all, you saw me struggling, and you decided your new relationship was more important than doing me one little ass favor?
Nigga, you stay needing one little ass favor.
Certain words, certain things are going to cause. I remember when I was a young guy, my brother used to be very angry, and I used to, my mom would say, listen, tiptoe around him. Like, Mom, I'm not tiptoeing around him, blood. But actually, what I didn't realise is there are certain words we can use that are intentionally triggering, and we know they're triggering, and we don't care. Because we don't care how you feel. We only care about us. And now, why should you have to tone down to make someone else appeased? You shouldn't, but at the same time, we're not trying to have a storm. You know what I mean? We're not trying to have people dying here. We're trying to be able to mend our friendship, and that's the most important thing. Someone in their friendship group should have been checking Molly in between her and Issa, because Molly was off. Molly was off. And the fact that obviously later on that Andrew's apologizing. Why are you apologizing, sir? You didn't know? Why are you apologizing? You didn't know? You understand? As far as you were concerned, you were helping out a friend. You got contacted out of the blue. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the key thing. So guys, look, here's my thing. Remember, duty over emotions. And listen, get to a place of mature adulthood where you express how you feel. If you don't like it, you can say it. You understand? If you don't like it, you can say it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for notifications. Hey, remember, we watch these shows on backworldtube.com. Alright? And make sure you get your minerals, gang. Alright? Appreciate you.